Hey everyone, Adarsh here. So today we're gonna see how we can use Spring DO with the Spring Boot and Spring Security by DO Authentication, where we're gonna use a database for storing the credentials, and we're gonna fetch the credentials from MySQL database, and those credentials are used to validate the authentic user in Spring Security environment, which gonna secure the Spring Boot controllers. So let's see. I have already created a sample. So first of all, what we gonna do, we're gonna go through the pom.xml here. So all these are regular stuff, and parent dependency we have included: starter, organization, licensing, developer, repositories, and then bunch of properties here, source code, encoding, and all. So here is a ThimeLeave dependency. This is a web starter. Here's a test dependency. Then here we have a Spring Security dependency, and this is what JDBC dependency, and we have used connector MySQL driver here. This is common DBCP and GUnit and SLF4j, log4j related stuff. Our old resource configuration, output directory, jar name. Then we have bunch of plugins here, like first one is a Maven compiler plugin, and followed by a Spring Boot plugin, which gonna create a executable jar for us. So let's go into the application. So first of all, we'll see we have a user bean class, which gonna store username, password, roles, and etc. We have a configuration. So we have two type of configuration. This is a web configuration, where we have mapped the URLs with the corresponding view names. So for that we have created a class extending from WebMVC configuration adapter, and we have override the method add view controller, and then we are registering all the views. Second thing what we have here, we have Spring Security configuration. So we have security configuration extended by Web Security configuration adapter. So here we have created where we have defined the configuration annotation component scan, enable web security, then enable global method security, and then we are just importing a properties source here. We have injected environment variable here, environment instance here, and we have injected authentication service here. So I'm one by one, I'll just walk through all the code. So we have overridden a configure method. Here we have defined all the URLs where we don't want any sort of security, like style sheet, JavaScript file, and unfound related stuff. So we don't want any security on these URLs. So these are the URLs which are internally used in the web pages. Then we have a configure method. So in the configure method we have defined that authorize request anything with the slash or ESpark home, just permit him all the things, or other than that any matches for this URL, it should have this admin role or user role, and any request should be authenticated. And then we have specified the form. So for the form we have defined this form page here. We'll go one by one. And what is the default success URL, that is user page here itself, and we have given a permit all, and we have disabled the CSRF token here as of now. We can enable it, that's not a big deal. Only thing we need to just keep one hidden input tag inside the pages, so that CSRF token which is generated from the Spring Security environment as a part. So basically what happened internally, it create a token, and that token is transfer from server to client and client to server for forward backward, so that cross site request forgery will not happen based on the token. So here we have configured a logout URL. So anything which slash logout will be logout URL, and then login success user, this will be the ESpark home. and then we have defined here global security. So we have all our passwords are encoded with the SHA password encoder, and this is what data source we have defined. So all this properties like driver class, URLs, username, password, everything is defined inside the property file. So if we see here, we have a JDBC property file, everything is defined here, and we have defined the index page itself here in the property file. And so that's how the security configuration is. And we have a security initializer here. It's just a simple security initializer. Then we have authentication service basically. So authentication service basically use internally user repository, and based on the username it's gonna get the user detail object, and we're gonna match the things and convert it into the user detail instance here. So we have a user controller here. So for any user detail information, we will get it here from this controller. Then we have not used a REST controller, it's a normal MVC controller here, and we have injected a user detail service here. And this is a main class. Then we have a user repository here. So what user repository does, it basically it uses a JDBC template class, and with the help of template it's gonna fire up this query and then get the object and wrap into the user bean, and then send the user bean to the caller. So we have a user detail service here, so which will give you only a message. And we have couple of static resources here like CSS. So in the Spring Boot, anything which we create inside the resources with the static directory, everything will be a static resource here like JS, font and CSS. So we have created a templates here. So those so theme leaf, that's what configuration we have done here. So those templates are theme leaf templates. So if you see, this is a ESpark home, which is common. We have used Bootstrap and CSS here. So all these are related to that. We have used these classes, containers, and then we are just printing this message here, and we are saying that for login this is a URL, and this is what theme leaf tags are there, and this is what is required to import the theme leaf stuff inside here. And we have a login page. In the login page we have just couple of things like alert, header page we have defined, logger, logout is defined, error, if something related error is there, we have defined here. And this is what the form we have defined with the username, password. And this is what I was talking about, that hidden CRS token here, but I have, as of now I have disabled. We just enable it, it's gonna work, so there is no doubt in that. And we're gonna submit for this URL, and then we have a user detail page where we gonna get the user detail. After successful, we're gonna get a user detail, and this is what a logo page is we have. So basically, once user is successful, we're gonna landing up in this page, which is user page, ESpark user page. And in this page we have a URL link. By hitting this link, clicking this link, we can just get into the more detail of the user. So we have a this our standard stuff, log4j.xml, and then I have created a help document which talks about all these things, how to build and what the URL we need to configure. And we have a SQL script. So before starting anything, we need to execute this script. So what exactly this script does, it will create a database schema, then it will create the users, then it's gonna create a tables, and then it's gonna insert the data into those tables. So as of now I don't have ESpark database here, so I'm using MySQL query browser here. So I'm gonna use a new script tag here, and I'm gonna paste the complete SQL. So it says drop user because they don't have a user here with the first time because they don't have user here, so I'm just removing this. So it's gonna say that no database has been selected. Okay, so I guess all these things are now no longer valid because I just said double click and I am just trying to execute. So if you can see here, like all of my tables has been created. If you see, we have a data into this and we have a authorities here. So now everything is done. Only thing is that we need to just start our application now. So what we gonna do, mvn clean and install. I'm gonna download the Spring Security Core dependencies. So might be gonna take some time to do that. So as a what we gonna do, like this is a UI based application. So only thing is that we need to hit the UI. So all these things I have created here. So build is successful. We can just mvn spring-boot :run. I'm gonna execute this application from the maven command prompt because I prefer that way. We have a main class also, from where we have specified the main method, so we can start the application from there itself. It depends, it's just a matter of choice, but I prefer command is most. So here we can see that Tomcat has started on port number 8080, so we gonna hit the URL here, localhost 8080, and let's see what we're gonna see. So here the landing page comes, and here we need to say click into the login, and here I am having username and password. So I have hit the username and password. So it says that to get the more information of user, so I have clicked that and I got and all the information, and then I'm gonna say log out. So I'll say here, so if the user password is invalid, I'm gonna get this URL here. So folks, that's how we can get these things done, and same code will be stored in my repository where I have saved my all previous code also. So you can just pull down this code from there and then play around with this. So folks, I hope this is gonna help you. So till then, bye, take care. I'll come up with something else also very soon. Take care, bye.